Put your hands together for Brent Goodman!
The red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glowed.
Thank you. Actually, I requested that song. It's one of my jams. So, you ever been on a day in the car with a girl, you make like a mixtape on a CD or iPod, iPad, and then it's one of the songs. I try to do Christmas music to get her in the mood sometimes. So, none of that rap music about shaking your ass or twisting your titties or thumping your butt or any of that stuff. I go straight into Frosty the Snowman, old Saint Nick by the Beach Boys. Something that makes her just like, can't take her eyes off me. Usually her can't take her eyes off me until I drop her off back at home. But I'm usually hoping that it gets to getting laid. Where what? Yeah, or she wants to go back home, so. Yeah. How many of you guys got New Year's resolutions yet? Anybody here got any good New Year's resolutions that you guys made up? You do? What is yours? Quit smoking? Which one? The legal or the illegal? Or both? Both? Okay. I'm looking right now for New Year's resolutions I can use, because if I just say to people I'm going to lose a little bit of weight, or I'm going to meet a girl and fall in love, it'll never happen. No matter how many times you say it, it just never works out. I do go to the gym, but I don't lose the weight. But like, I'm trying to make actual New Year's resolutions, so I'm asking people about it. One lady says she's going to leave her husband, but I can't use that either. I don't know what to do with that one. One kid said to stop gambling on sports games. I just watch sports games, I don't gamble on it, so I can't use his idea. One girl said to stop having random sex with guys at bathrooms. But again, that hasn't been an issue for me either. My life is pretty boring. So all these things, people have all these exciting New Year's resolutions, and I don't have anything to go with it. It's always weird when you're a class clown, because a lot of times when you're no longer in school, the only place to be a class clown is around your peers. Like you're around stoner friends that are just like spit you in and spit you out. Like I'm usually within a year friends with new set of hipster stoners, because I'll be on the sofa while they're getting high and I'm making everybody laugh, but then they get bored after a year because you're a comedian and you're kind of like a gimmick, like just like the comedy album. You can listen to, let's say, Led Zeppelin or Nirvana albums over and over again, but Bill Cosby album or George Carlin, whatever, you can probably hear 5 times a year at most before it gets really tedious and annoying. So that's the same thing with comedian friends. It's like you're there and then you're gone. But right now I'm kind of the class clown in group therapy in real life. This is group therapy too, but this is actually real life group therapy, and I make everybody laugh. I say insightful things too, so I have a little bit of left brain, a little bit of right brain thing going on. But sometimes what they laugh at, I didn't expect to be funny. It wasn't a punchline joke. Like one of my punchline jokes I did make is a few women in the group were crying. They always cry, not me, but them. But they wanted to. It's true. They wanted. Some of them said they used to be perfect, but now their life's in shambles. And I keep hearing from them that they were always perfect. There's nothing wrong with them. They're the perfect person, and now they just don't. Their life is just not. They're looking, lady, no one's perfect. So I said to them, it's like, you guys have mentioned that some people are perfect. I've only in my lifetime met a few perfect people. One of them was this girl, but then she didn't call me back. And they didn't get it. They're like, well, why did you let her go? Like, I was telling you that there is no such thing as a perfect person. Yeah, so they didn't get it. They thought I was serious, like, oh my God, you met someone perfect? Because they believe it exists, like Santa Claus and a tooth fairy. They didn't understand. Or like, freedom of speech or something like that. There's no, like certain things that people think exist, but really doesn't. But then if I tell them I like younger women that are more mature than me, I'm very intellectual, so I prefer women a little bit less intellectual. I think I said here a few months ago, not where they're dragging their knuckles on the ground, but like where they're just like kind of like the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz. They don't really have a brain. That's where my comfort level really lies. And I went out on a date with a woman who's intelligent and mature, and it's terrifying for me compared to the sex pot. Someone who's actually got scruples is more intimidating than the tease, and it hurts a lot worse when they reject you. So they said, text this girl back, who went on a date with me for 3 hours at Dog Beach, and then she said, have a nice week a month ago on text. Hope everything's going well. And that was it. And I was like, okay, I guess she wasn't enthusiastic about it. And then my therapist and the group people said, try her again, just hit her up. So on Christmas Eve, I said, Merry Christmas. She got a hold of me, texted about a bunch of times. I got all hot and bothered and all heart beating in 1,000 miles an hour. And I was really into it because she's really good looking. But she's my age and mature and, pretty smart overall, so it's getting her 10 times worse than someone acts like a girl. The woman versus girl thing. And so I said, hey, let's go out again. And when are you free this week? And then I don't get a text back. She was texting back every 5 minutes. Then after, hey, when are you free this week? I haven't heard back from the whole week. So I kind of like, why did I put myself out there with the people? But when I told that to the group, what was that? Yeah, it sucks when you actually care. It hurts when you actually care. But I told it to the group, they laughed because I said she's an adult, not like a little kid girl I go for, like the rap video ones that are just like 13 going on 30. That's my comfort level. But that doesn't really work well in real life. Because they only go for married sports stuff. There's a difference between the NBA and NFL. I don't know if you noticed, but they all go for the same groupies. But NFL guys marry the women who are going to become society ladies and run foundations, nonprofits. Whereas the NBA guys just want the skanky hoochie mama who will be faithful to him while he's cheating on her with other girls. The NFL guys are the only ones who actually want someone to work for the nonprofit art museum, ballet foundation, opera, whatever it is. They want the supermodel, but who's going to become a nice housewife. NBA guys, I like the ones that the NBA guy choose better because they're a little bit more mature. That's where my comfort level is. But if you notice that, if you see what quarterback, what famous linebacker, what they married, they want to get into politics, and the best way to do that is have their wife be intermediary, so they're not just a meathead talking to some old rich white guy. A beautiful woman becomes friends with his wife, and then he gets into politics and big business and auto dealerships and all that other stuff. While NBA players get to signing autographs to jerseys, but they don't want to go into politics if they weren't smart enough to know that. So, it's kind of weird how that works. I just kind of saw that no NFL player or NBA player sat me down and explained to me hoochie mamas and why they choose certain ones in different avenues. And you kind of see that. They all cheat on the wives just the same. But, I'm losing you guys on that one. That's just my thing. Yeah. Instagram models, internet models, that's all they're about. If you actually want to get an Instagram internet model, good luck if you aren't on the Chargers or San Francisco Giants or, 49ers, whatever. You have to be a professional athlete. So, if you're not an actor, athlete, or rapper, you don't really get anywhere. You just get there. Sometimes they'll be willing to be like a shoulder you can cry on. You have a soft story about how some girl broke your heart to listen, which is actually real life too. A few of them do become friends, but they're the more intellectual ones, so they become more like a sister or cousin thing than they do actual dates. A lot of them do go to my website, so it's not a joke in real life. You probably don't believe me, but yeah, a lot of the people that do go to my websites are actually hot girls that rejected me before. It sounds like one of my tall tales, like Jack and the Beanstalk or something. Yeah. So, but I was told by people, just be yourself. When I'm online, I'm like this, caffeinated. I'm just like over the top, hard on my sleeve, all this stuff. But then after you change as a person, you end up kind of like playing yourself. When people say just be real, and I always talk trash about people who aren't like true to themselves, I become a hypocrite because online that's my character I play. Is the hopeless romantic guy, bleeding at the heart, crying his tears out, like I love you so much. This is a mixture of 20 girls into one, isn't even one girl anymore. And then if I stop doing that and just be Mr. Normal, I go to the gym, take my dogs on a walk, try not to fight with my parents as much, try to get dates if I can do it. They all disappear just like that if they weren't even there. And it's just 000. And the only people on your websites are from Russia, Chile, Romania, Bolivia. People trying to hack me for my social security or driver's license, which I don't have on my computer, but they're hoping to find that magic bank number that they can use in Russia. And just, so when your only views are for someone who is hoping to hack you, and then they come back because they want to see this guy's really weird, I want to see what he's about. It's still an audience and validation, but it's negative attention. And it feels really good to get negative attention from the one getting her bootstrapped by some professional boxer or something, or football player. But it really doesn't, after 5, 6, 10 years of all this stuff, trying to get, like Wiley Coyote trying to get a Roadrunner, if you've been trying to get the bikini contest model for all those years, no matter which one it is, black girl, white girl, Asian, blonde hair, red hair, black, it doesn't really matter how they look or what they're about. They all kind of need attention even more than I do, which I'm attracted to. So, yeah, anybody on stage needs attention. Even the drunk people walk up there and never done comedy before, they all need attention. This is just one way to get it without getting arrested by the cops or pulled over. Like that one guy who, if you're like a streaker, you can get attention, but that's illegal. And I'm not really that comfortable with my body anyway, so that's probably not the job for me. I was supposed to watch this neighbor's dog off the street, just like real life stuff, but most of the girls will stop. The video clicks will all of a sudden on YouTube of like how many minutes they listen to. Once I mention neighborhood dogs, it's going to drop. But this really adorable dog off the street, I was supposed to watch him. The neighbor's going to go out of town, but then they got sick. And now the big disappointment of the week isn't the girl not texting me back, but the new disappointment is that I won't be able to watch this dog and babysit, dog sit. And I was looking, as like a 35-year-old guy, that's what I was looking forward to. So that's just where I'm at. I'm not here to bullshit people. I can tell tall tales all the time up here. Actually, I'm very sexist. I think women should be equal pay and equal work and respected and vote, all that. I just, when it comes to having them in lingerie or not lingerie, if they're good looking, I would say lingerie. So that's just where I'm at. Like when they had the whole thing about the Miss America pageant, should they have the bikini contest or not? I was like, how could you not have the bikini contest? It's Mrs. America. That's just where I am as a guy. No one really can squeeze that. I mean, even with these gender studies classes, like in college, I was a gender studies major, multicultural major, and it really didn't work out for me when I tried to apply to grad school because I'm someone who argues with people or stand up for my viewpoints. And I had a C average, even though I did more work than all the girls in the gender studies classes. I got a C average because I spoke my view on why men are the way they are, and it didn't go over too well when it came to getting grades. So when I applied to grad school, they said, why if you're going to be a cultural major for a PhD in grad, when we take you, you have C average, 2.0, 2.8, whatever. And I'd explain to them why I spoke my viewpoints with the teachers, and these lesbian women really didn't care that guys do want to have sex on a date. They don't want to listen to her problems after a few weeks. They want her to listen to his problems. That really didn't go over too well. Let's see. How many of you guys argue with your parents who live at home? Any of them have that? No one? Or no one's going to admit to it here? It's like a bar where you tell the girls you're doctors and lawyers, or you're the third in line to be a prince. Yeah. It's just weird being an adult, like a millennial as it's called, like you're 30, any millennial I guess is anybody graduating high school now to age 40 or something. It's like this weird, like 3-generation way to be. But basically if you're not a baby boomer or the great generation of the World War II fighting people or whatever, things just didn't fall in your lap. I don't know if this is really that funny, but it's like, you think like you have to work twice as hard to have twice as less. Yeah, you have the internet, you have porn whenever you want, or whatever, all the type of things that people think would be great. But really what you want is just the 1950s stuff with the party lifestyle of the 2000s, 90s, and today. It's like, you want the music of today, just the foundation of yesterday. But so far, I found a life that I'm like 35, going on 13 myself. But when I tell it to the supermodels, they really don't care. All right, thanks guys, this is Brent Goodman.